Joe Biden presses the Israeli Prime Minister for a Gaza ceasefire during Benjamin Netanyahu's first White House visit in 4 years. At least 15 dead and an oil tanker capsized as a powerful typhoon rips through Taiwan and the Philippines. Saline shortage, a global shortfall of the IV fluids reaches Australian shores. The Tillies tumble, Australia's hopes of a medal finish in the soccer off to a rocky start after a 3-0 defeat in Paris. Hello, you're watching ABC News for Qantas. I'm Matthew Younan. The Israeli Prime Minister has met both the US President and the Vice President in Washington, D.C. Benjamin Netanyahu is visiting Israel's major ally as negotiations over a hostage release deal continue. North American correspondent Carrington Clark has more from Washington, D.C.
Unlike following the meeting between Benjamin Netanyahu and Joe Biden, immediately after her meeting with Benjamin Netanyahu, Kamala Harris has given a statement to the awaiting press, outlining really her policy. She's still, it should be pointed out, just the Vice President. This is still the Biden administration, but I think it gives a clear indication that she is in some ways trying to differentiate herself from the policies that have been undertaken by Joe Biden during the Gaza war.
Authorities in the Philippines are being hampered by rough weather as they attempt to clean up an enormous oil spill. After a tanker sank in the wake of Typhoon Gaimi, at least a dozen people have been killed in the Philippines, while the typhoon has now made landfall in southern China. East Asia correspondent Kathleen Calderwood has more from Taipei.
Urgent efforts are underway to contain an enormous oil spill in the Philippines after a fuel tanker sunk in rough conditions following Typhoon Gaimi.
A fast-moving wildfire in Canada has destroyed at least half of the buildings in the tourist town of Jasper, as well as vast areas of forest in the surrounding national park. More than 20,000 people have been evacuated from the firegrounds in the western province of Alberta, as firefighters work to protect what buildings and infrastructure they can, including a nearby oil pipeline. Alberta's Premier held back tears as she described the devastation.
We have all seen on the news and social media the horrific pictures and videos coming out of Jasper. Homes and businesses have been lost to a wildfire that people are calling a wall of flames. There is no denying that this is the worst nightmare for any community. Right now, the wildfire is still out of control, and crews are working in dangerous conditions to try and protect critical infrastructure in the town.
Police in Papua New Guinea are hunting for a group of men allegedly responsible for the massacre of villagers in the country's remote northwest. Children are among the 26 people killed in attacks on 3 villages along the Sepik River in Angaram district last week. There are fears more people will be found dead as the search for survivors continues. Provincial Police Commander James Baugan says officers have been sent to the area to find and arrest a group of around 30 men believed to be responsible. The Prime Minister is preparing to announce details of a frontbench reshuffle after 2 senior ministers stepped down from federal cabinet ahead of their retirement from politics. More from political reporter Evelyn Manfield.
It's significant in the sense that for this government, it's the first time that they're having a ministerial shake-up since being elected to government in 2022. And the Prime Minister does say as well that this will be the last time he expects to change his ministers before the next federal election.
The Therapeutic Goods Administration says there is a shortage of multiple IV fluid products in Australia. It's amid a global shortage of saline solution used to treat dehydration or to administer other medications. A TGA spokesperson says it's due to manufacturing issues and unexpected increases in demand. Health departments in states and territories are conserving stock and using suitable alternatives. There's been better than expected economic growth for the US, according to fresh data released this morning. The US economy grew by 2.8% between April and June, double the growth of the first 3 months of the year. The GDP report also shows inflation is easing, although still above the US Federal Reserve's 2% target. The Australian National University has admitted to underpaying employees $2 million as a result of an error in timesheet processing. An investigation found the errors spanned 11 years, affecting more than 2,000 staff. ANU will back pay staff over the next 12 weeks and says it's deeply sorry for the error. The Gold Coast Council is hiking rates substantially for those who live on higher floors of apartment buildings. Those on the 40th floor or above are facing a rate increase of up to 50%. Those between levels 21 and 40 have already seen their rates rise by up to 40% in the past 6 months. The peak body for title management and body corporates says it's a view tax and that the moves makes no sense given the same services are being delivered. Victoria's legal system paved the way for drug addiction to be recognised as a key contributor to crime. But when it comes to recognising gambling addiction as a driving force behind many white-collar crimes, advocates say we've fallen behind. Beck Simmons reports.
Carolyn Crawford has never had a speeding fine or even a parking ticket. But at 64, she was sent to prison after stealing $400,000 from her employer to feed a poker machine addiction.
To the Blue Mountains now for a story that's been more than 3 decades in the making. Self-described vinyl addict John Auden bought his first record aged 12. He now has about 200,000 of them. Tim Fuchs has the story.
Just love that beautiful analogue sound, that warm sound. It sends shivers up your arm.
On a property in the middle of the Blue Mountains, John Auden has quite a collection of records, more than 200,000 of them in fact.
This is my living. I've been doing it for over 30 years, so you don't build up that amount overnight.
The Matildas' quest for their first ever Olympic medal is off to a rocky start, with the side falling to a 3-0 defeat to Germany in their opening match. Tom Maddox has the latest from Paris.
A terrible start for the Matildas and their Olympic campaign. It was a classy and convincing win from Germany, a 3-0 win, and they really showed us why they're number 4 in the world.
Taking a look at the weather now. Brisbane, mostly sunny, 25. Sydney, a possible shower and 20. Canberra, clouds clearing, reaching 15. Melbourne, mostly sunny, 16 degrees. Hobart, possible showers and 15. Adelaide, showers developing, 17. Perth, showers easing, reaching 18 degrees. And Darwin, a possible early shower, 31 degrees. That's the latest from ABC News. Remember, you can keep up to date at news.abc.net.au and on ABC iView. I'm Matthew Younan. Thanks for watching.